Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. This is Jody here with Illumination Outdoor Lighting and more once again for our morning edition of the Morning Light. And it really bothers me every time my computer does whatever it just did. It frustrates me. Hope you guys doesn't bother you guys too much. Anyhow, today is episode number 29, if my math is correct and I can count. So it is Thursday, February 29th. It's a special day for some, those that only have a birthday once every 4 years. So in general, like I'm sure you guys like me, it doesn't affect me too much. Just another day on the calendar, another day to get stuff done and try to take care of our customers. So this morning, well, okay, Thursdays, I try to give demonstrations on something. And before we were interrupted last week with our trip to Baltimore, I was walking through some different types of connections for landscape lighting. If you guys remember, I walked you through these Drycon waterproof connectors that are not my favorite, but like I said, I use them in a pinch every now and then. And then I demonstrated our mechanical connection that goes into these gel packs. They're great. So today I want to demonstrate, I thought I had one out here, these sealed solder connections. Um, any guys out here that ever worked in aviation are going to think, man, those things look really familiar. So I used something very similar in my aviation career, but same basic concept. So anyhow, so I have a piece of wire here, and I'm just going to pull this back so you can see. I've already stripped it back, and I've slid. You have to do this before you make your connection. One of the heat shrinks over, and just so you know, covered again, is on the inside, in the middle, that's a piece of solder, a solder ring, and on each end is a ring of glue that you will use to seal off the wire. So to do this, there's a couple different ways, that you can just lay them over with each other, but it's kind of hard to hold. Some people will kind of even like shove the wires into each other to kind of, get everything overlaid with each other. I just like to give it a simple little twist. Just makes it easier to work with. So now my wires are held together, not super strong, but at least something to work with. So then I slide my heat shrink over so you can see the solder bands in the middle, and then you have the glue over the insulation. So that's kind of critical because if the glue's not over the insulation, it's not going to seal very well. So I haven't tried it with this yet. Typically I do it with a heat gun, but this is a little butane soldering tool. So we want to see what happens when I try to. All right, hopefully you can hear it. It get hot here pretty quick. Try to do this where you can all see it. So just going to put my solder gun over that and just kind of slowly move it around so that everything melts. And the key is you have to make sure that solder piece um, fully melts. If it doesn't fully melt, you're not going to have a good connection. So I think I've gotten it too hot because the heat shrink is breaking apart. But there we go. My solder joint is melted. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. Like I said, I don't like using this because it gets so hot so quick, but it works for these demonstration purposes. So as you can see, the solder joint, the solder inside, it's not, it seems like it's out of focus a little bit. The solder inside is fully melted all the way around, and the glue is fully melted. So that's a good thing. So what I don't have it on here today because I forgot to bring it here to the office with me, is I usually put a piece of black heat shrink over that as well that has glue inside. I don't use standard heat shrink just because it doesn't give any sealing properties. But I use the black streak heat shrink that has glue in it as well to help seal that as well. So it's kind of a double whammy type thing. It helps seal it, an extra layer of seal it, but also the black gives it makes it look more uniform. That way, if for whatever reason you have some connections that could be exposed that people will see them, then it's just a much better aesthetic look. But this is finally cooling off now where I can touch it, and thing is super strong. I can't pull it apart. So again, these are great connectors. They do well. Keeps everything slim. Um, Instead of having a bulky connection. The biggest downfall with using this type of connection is it just takes time. It takes quite a bit of time to pull all these parts out. So, you know, if you're doing this for someone else, you may have to charge a little extra just to consider the extra time that it takes. And you know, you got to make sure you have heat gun, electricity, or a proper butane soldering gun. So this here is not my best work, but I just wanted to kind of give you a demonstration on how this works. So if you have any questions about connections, if you have any questions about landscape lighting, if you have any questions about anything that we do or don't do, if you have any questions about Christmas lighting or event lighting, let me know. If any questions that you have that you want answered, again, please let me know. I'd love to answer those for you. So as you can see, I got my coffee cup over here. Finished my coffee already this morning, 2 cups. So can't have my third cup until after lunch today. I know, kind of crazy, but that's just kind of how I space them out. So give my afternoon boost after eating lunch. So anyhow, thank you all guys for taking time to listen. I truly appreciate you guys, and don't forget to be the light in someone's life today. You never know when there's just a simple smile, simple hello, simple how you doing can truly change someone's day. You know, in this day and age, everyone tends to keep their head down and not acknowledge other people, man. And I think people's well-being suffers because of that. So just be there for somebody else. It doesn't cost you anything, and it doesn't take you but a few seconds. So anyhow, hope you all have a great day. Enjoy your Thursday, and I will see you all tomorrow morning. Take care now.